I mean, I wouldn't say common because I don't have one.
You don't have a Shiho?
Let the salt flow through you
okay.
here.
It's not that common, but we'll just leave it
I
at
don't have
that.
one either,
We'll
so
just
it's totally
leave it.
fine.
Okay.
Now, these players are getting in the zone right now.
I love how when we saw Blue in that last series, he was like really thoughtful, really pensive. And now we've got the Zen masterminds here just really trying to get into the zone. Now, it's important to play your A game here because this is another best of 3. You don't have those extra games to maybe try out some new things, to maybe take a hit for making a mistake and then still come back. It all comes down to this. Let's get into game number 1.
Here we go. Match 4, round 1, Seiishizo versus LuckyQ.
All right, just with the pre-bans, I would presume, as I didn't even...
You didn't even have to say it.
I didn't have to say it. I can't even speak. Okay.
You didn't even have to say it.
Yeah.
Gianna appears.
Gianna Hathor is the ban.
And that's probably a solid pre-ban because LuckyQ knows Seiishizo loves that Gianna.
He does.
But this is where we start getting into that team. You guys are going to see what we were talking about earlier. It really doesn't matter what you ban when it comes to Seiishizo.
It doesn't.
He's going to get his team.
He will, but the problem was, like, Gianna in this case was a key unit to complete that set. So I'm not entirely sure that Seiishizo is going to go with that same team, but it will excite me
You know
if
what?
it does.
That's a fair assessment too, because one thing that we got to keep in mind is that not everybody's playing SWC2019 mode, right? Like people are playing the normal mode for RTA where they're picking one monster at a time and no pre-bans. Seeing LuckyQ's team come together here.
With a Lauren.
With a Lauren and an Aegir following a Fran. Seiishizo's got the Verd, Ciara, Triana, and Shiho.
Seiishizo, like, just looking at it, it does feel a bit defensive. It's not what he's used to, like the way that he plays. And
a Lagmaron?
Lagmaron? Oh, Sibian. Okay, because
Sibian.
I love that aggressive playstyle. I love that Lagmaron. Lagmaron has given me a lot of wins.
And this is only giving Seiishizo more reason to ban out Vanessa or bring a Leo. The only reason why I say that, Seiishizo loves getting that first turn, like you said, and he's known for banning Vanessas. He always likes to ban those Vanessas. One of his most banned monsters in RTA Season 9, actually.
Yeah. So if LuckyQ is playing with that speed style, he would most likely have to ban that Ragdoll, the Leo.
Leo, it's all good. Sometimes you find out you're colorblind. It's all good, man.
It's just I love Ragdoll.
Yeah, dude, Leo is one of my favorite monsters to use recently. I'm hoping it makes it through, although it doesn't make it through. And he's letting the Vanessa go through in favor of making sure that his Ciara can land all the bombs in the world, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, so if LuckyQ teams is speed tuned and Lagmaron goes with that last attack, he could just one-shot that Triana and just almost, not entirely, but almost control the game.
And because this Verd is so fast, he's about to boost up Seishizo's whole team, so it's going to get to move before anybody else. He has the opportunity to strip something, do some damage if he wants to. He could even just try to go for the first skill stun on Lauren, but he's pretty much going to be stunning that Aegir. There you go.
And
he procs
that proc, you know, that immediate proc, you know.
Oh, and he gets what he wants. He gets the 2 stuns on the 2 most threatening units right now.
Okay, so all he has to do is bide his time right now and just do the damage. Okay, that looks like a really heavy damage. Not entirely heavy, but that's the damage dealing Triana.
And now it looks like he chose not to put the immunity on his... And he procs. That means the bomb's going to be ready next turn. Lagmaron has free reign.
He has to use the 3rd skill just to maybe control, and he lands all 3.
Stuns.
Okay, that is something new.
With the Confiscate here on the Shiho, this might be enough to throw him into the lead for this game because he's going to get 3 whole turns to himself. Vanessa trying to land it, resisted. He landed it, but it resisted the defense.
We're going to see the Aegir go down right now, and Hathor will resurrect him.
He was arguably put him in a better position now because all of a sudden he's at 40%, 50%.
And gets that proc that he needs.
He's healing while his 3rd skill is on cooldown.
Lauren gets stunned as well.
Resists the stun, gets the turn. Oh, it did a glancing hit. 10,000 damage
from Vanessa,
on a
and
glance.
that is a really heavy damage, Vanessa.
That was a lot of damage coming from Vanessa. Choosing to Confiscate. Didn't get any attack bar from it, but got a little bit of damage. Wasn't quite worth it in the end. I would have liked to see him go for that brand while he could, but he could just cleanse it away using the 2nd skill. Here comes another bomb from Ciara.
Just has to land it on the Aegir and 1st skill the Lauren.
He's done the hard part. Now he's going to pop it. Aegir's gone.
doesn't kill.
Wait, is that 5? That's not 5.
That's
Is that
not-
6? That's 6%,
That
right?
is 6.2.
That's 6.2%. And he heals because his third skill's on cooldown. Brilliant. Brilliant play from LuckyQ, keeping it on cooldown so that way he's constantly healing. That's a great move. Didn't even see that coming.
That Vanessa is so well ruined. I did not expect that damage from that Vanessa.
There was a weird amount of damage coming in. See, that's the sort of thought process from somebody who owns an Aegir. I wish I owned one so that I knew how to play with them better, but I just can't pull one for some reason. 10,000 damage is going to lock it out and get LuckyQ a point on the board and put him in the winning state right now. All he has to do is win one more. And then he goes to the semifinals.
I would love to see some more aggressive playstyle from him. That was really aggressive. I like aggressive.
It wasn't only aggressive, but I feel like LuckyQ is kind of living up to his name there, especially at the end. I mean, I feel like 5 point anything or 6.2 is a pretty good amount of health to live with there at the end. Not only did he get just survival with slivers of health, he kept getting just the sickest proc.
Yeah, that was he got really crucial procs, and not only that, it was very aggressive.
He's so aggressive, and I can reward him for that because not a lot of people are always prepared to play against that aggressive play style. So that was great last picking that Lagron so he could put some surprise damage in. There we go.
Looks like we are about ready to get into our second game here because things are not slowing down yet. Game number 2, it's on the way.
Match 4, round 2, Seiishizo versus LuckyQ, the last match of the quarterfinals.
It is. Almost. In this case, we might see the team that Seiishizo wanted to play with that Gianna pick, with that completed Emilia or Fran, Sierra, Hathor.
If we're lucky, we might see his dream team come out. We do have the potential for 2 more rounds within the match, so it's like there's a potential to see that.
Ooh.
But it looks like LuckyQ has done his homework a little bit.
He has done his homework. That Bulwark was also a key unit.
That was very targeted.
Yeah, it was.
There was a lot of targeted hate on that Bulwark right there. That didn't come out of nothing. Seiishizo immediately entering into his Zen mode in between, picking the Hathor right away, which is a key staple of his specific dream team.
So that dream team will probably not be enabled.
He's already missing 2 pieces with the Fran. You're right.
Yes.
Entirely right.
So in this case, Seiishizo has to adapt according to what Lucky will. He will have to play almost defensively, but he could just counterpick whatever Lucky does.
Lucky was taking a lot of time figuring out that Vertihile.
Yeah.
I really do like that pick as a counter to Hathor to try to accelerate your team out of the sleeps.
He's thinking out what Seiishizo has in his storage or whatever he has in his deck of cards to pick and just trying to preemptively counterpick.
And here comes the Vanessa and the Emilia, which that's a pretty good unit to take from him. The only thing is that it kind of indicates that he's committing to banning the Gianna.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from that. And Seiishizo gets it too.
Yeah, and the Gianna is a must ban in this case if he's going to let that Emilia through. It all depends on what his last pick is. I'm very, very intrigued on LuckyQ's last pick here.
Me too, but I can tell you I'm a huge fan of the Aegir and the Shiho picks because Seiishizo can... Lagmaron again!
Yeah, and that is a really good pick versus...
Exactly, versus all the water units and the wind units that are going to be left. Seiishizo knows that he's banning out the Gianna, so he picked a couple of units with single target strips on them. And here comes the speed lead from both sides. Who's going to get that first turn? It's always sad to see the lag gone. Now LuckyQ doesn't have too much damage.
I mean, we
on
don't need lag here, so...
Yeah, we don't need lag. LuckyQ's got the first turn with what is more than likely his Swift Emilia there.
So just like looking at this, I would almost give this the draft to Seiishizo because considering he is facing a lot of fire and he has double water, but at the same time he has double wind, and that is an issue. But
I definitely agree though, because even though he's got all of that recurring immunity from Emilia plus the third skill of Fran, Seishizo's got way more than enough ways to deal with it and open up a target to a Ciara bomb. And he's already got one. A brand comes out on Vanessa. This could be big damage coming from Ciara right now. That might be enough to kill Vanessa on contact. Not quite enough. Leaves it with a sliver of health. It's got like 20% left. Cleansed back up.
Sliver is enough to win a game. So in this case, he would have to just continue killing this, nudging down this Vanessa. As soon as he nudges it down fully, he can just continue on the bird. But
great freeze. Unfortunately, he missed both of the strips from Aegir, but then he followed it up by freezing the Shiho so he couldn't use that third skill on Vanessa and continue the damage. This is going very well for LuckyQ in the moment, but can he out-tempo all this damage?
He will most likely do that, to be honest. He just have to nudge down this Sierra. And then with Amelia having that immunity, okay.
Oh, and Seiishizo knows that that proc was so crucial because now Sierra's gone and all that burst goes out the window.
Yep.
All that burst is gone. And here comes the heal on Vanessa. Yeah. Mere moments ago, we were saying how Seishizo's draft is looking better than LuckyQ's, but he's proving us wrong on the spot.
Yeah. And it's just mainly the Hathor had nothing to do with this fight.
No, she didn't contribute anything except I think the opening single target strip, but I don't even know if that could count. Another freeze from Amelia. I'm starting to wonder if she's the MVP.
She is on Swift accuracy.
That's what it is. It's all accuracy. She's got an extra 2 slot. She's got an extra 6 slot for accuracy. Here comes the Verd trying to lock in a little bit more damage on that Hathor while boosting up attack bars. Amelia coming in, hoping for a freeze, but didn't get it. Basically, LuckyQ's team looks as if the ground just started. This is looking very good for him.
The problem is, though, like, Lucky is heavy on fire right now, so it's gonna be a prolonged. It's gonna be, you have to really try to take these water units down, and he's heavily relied on the Verd and the Vanessa. So as soon as they go down, like.
Exactly, and Hathor is trying to find an opening to do something impactful here, but you can see how much LuckyQ values the Hathor by using the second skill of Vanessa on Shiho earlier, which is he doesn't value it much at all. He doesn't think it's much a threat. He's choosing to probably kill it now because it's got so much damage, and also Vanessa can get the free second skill off of it and possibly land a defense break on somebody.
Exactly, and as soon as he lands the defense break, I would probably call it, but we can't call it. It's not my power. But
no, but this would be a huge turn of events. Seiishizo is a super good. He's an incredible opponent. Very powerful.
He is.
And LuckyQ, the enigma we were talking about, comes out of nowhere and possibly gets a 2-0 on Seiishizo. You can see the disappointment in Seishizo's face right now.
I mean, Seiishizo is an opponent that I have never won against, so...
And I don't blame you. He is incredible. He puts the time in. I'll say it again. He has more games played in Season 9 than anybody else in this tournament.
He does.
And that's not for any he's training that whole time, and he's winning.
But as we said before, like, Adrian can do some insane stuff, so... if he
Game
will
goes long enough, maybe.
If the Adrian might have the chance to do it, but with that Verd giving him turns, even though they're counter elements, it's gonna be hard to tell.
Right, and it's definitely a good thing that Confiscate was on cooldown.
That was a big crit.
That was huge.
That was huge damage.
Vanessa securing the kill on Aegir. Shiho's all that left, and I don't think this monkey can do what it takes to kill all 4 of those monsters. LuckyQ 2-0!